I just wanted you to watch me dissolve slowly in a pool full of your love.
What it do, YouTube? My name is Bear Witness. Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we have more Anthem on deck. Today we have another build guide for the Interceptor. Now you guys can see up there in the top right that we have our Masterwork Interceptor. We have been grinding the Interceptor and some of our other javelins, but you know, today I have a very good build that I believe is as top tier as the King Cobra or Acid build that's been going around. I definitely feel like this one might even be a little bit better based on the bonuses that you get, but we'll get into all that after this. But before we get into all that, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like down below as well as clicking that sub button and that bell to be notified on all of my future Anthem content and all my other content in general. But we're into the build now, guys. So I want to talk to you guys about something really quickly. I don't know if you guys are having the problem that I'm having, but right now I don't think that there are Masterwork target or Masterwork support systems in the game. There might be, but I have been playing hours and hours of this game, and I've never seen one. I don't think I've seen one on other people's builds either, so I don't really know what's going on there. I don't know if they haven't added them yet or what, but there is that. Now, weapons. We're gonna go over weapons first because I just want to generally talk about it. The reason why I'm using Divine Vengeance right now is because I very much enjoy the gun. Like, it's very fun to use. The explosions that happen when you shoot them is dope. I just enjoy the weapon itself. But if there was a weapon that I would say is kind of key to this build, I would say it would be the Elemental Rage, which I don't see mine here. Oh, there it is. The Elemental Rage. Now, because the Elemental Rage is good because after you hit 20 shots, your elemental damage goes up by, your elemental damage goes up by 100%. So it's pretty crazy. It's honestly a really good bonus to your buffs and stuff like that, and it's something that you won't notice very often, but in those moments where you do have to kill stuff, it makes it very fun to get back into the business when you get, you know, when you get that proc and when you get that bonus to your damage and stuff like that. So it's something that you can keep in mind. If you don't have it though, it's not really that big of a deal. You can kind of use whatever you guys want to. Close quarter stuff, shotguns are really good with it, SMGs, all that stuff, you know. But build, I would say Elemental Rage if you have it. But besides all that, we're gonna get into some other stuff. Now, the strike system. I lucked out and got a legendary version of Karif's Talon, which is only a slight buff to damage. It's about 300 damage difference. But the really cool thing about this is I lucked out and I got plus 200% charges, which allows me to do this method 3 times. I'll show you guys in the gameplay. You guys will see it in just a little bit. I'll play you guys some of the gameplay in the background and you guys can see it in a minute. But this allows me to prime my target. Basically what I do is I do a kick, and what it does is it does the initial 1700 damage. It also primes them with an electric bolt. After 5 seconds they explode and do damage to everybody around them as well. But the idea is to hit them before the second bonus pops, and you guys will see that in a minute. But Karif's Talon, very important. You guys can see I have a bunch of different versions. These are the ones that I was using before that. But if you guys end up getting a reroll on any of these, that allows you to have an extra bonus, like the gear plus 150 damage, you know, that's a good one. Or if you guys have, you know, gear bonuses that allow you to get more charges on the regular legend or masterwork one, then I would recommend using that, because the idea is just to keep the chain going, you know what I mean? But aside from that, guys, you have your strike system. Now we're going to move over to assault system. Now with the assault system, guys, we're going to be using Rhaenyra's charge. Now this is one that I was trying so hard to try to find something that would work with it. You guys can see that it does 4,000 damage off rip. And basically what this bonus does, and like I said, I'll be showing you guys examples of the combo in just a moment, but basically what this does is it makes it so you charge at your enemy, you kind of take a step back, you charge at your enemy, you do explosive damage, and you can start the combo effect while also getting your aura. So you can blow up your effect, you can detonate it. So you got your primer as your strike system, and this is your assault system. So you got your primer as your strike system, you got your detonator as your assault system. This one's pretty cool because also if you guys kill somebody with it, it has a chance to instantly recharge it, like so. Or it doesn't have a chance, it actually does instantly recharge it. So if you guys kill it with the explosion, you guys get it back. And so you mix this with dashes and it kind of just works out You know what I mean? Like I said, it's hard to kind of explain it. It's easier for me to show you guys the idea of what's going to be happening and the ideal type of thing that you want to be doing when you're going to be using the build. So yeah, the explanation will come in the video part of this segment, but right now the idea is prime it with your R1, detonate it with your L1. Simple. We also use conductive lattice. Now, conductive lattice is one that you would need for this build. In my personal opinion, that just makes it a little bit better because you already get the bonus effects of the aura, of the electricity aura. Plus, this is the ability that increases your electricity damage, increases your electricity resistance, which there's not that many electricity type of things in this game to be worried about and things like that. But it also, yeah, it improves your gear cooldown speed. So with all that being said, after 3 melee hits, you end up, you know, making a small electric explosion, which kind of stuns the enemy as well. So all in all, this build is very effective. But the real thing about this, and there's other things throughout this that you could use, increases all damage dealt by 50%. That's a good one. Interceptor melee by 10%, and then 50% if you dash in between, which you do dash quite a bit with this build. If you're not dashing as an interceptor on a regular basis, then I don't know how you're playing your interceptor. And small things that, you know, just kind of generally improve. You know, I'm still tweaking the build when it comes to components. You know, it's RNG based, so you kind of go with what you get. But the conductive lattice, I would say Vengeance Matrix and Way of Resolve are big portions of this type of build. But I want to tell you guys the reason why. There is a couple of reasons why I think this is a top tier build, and I want to get into this before I play you guys the gameplay, because I'm probably gonna stop talking during the gameplay just because of the fact that I want you guys to just, you know, notice, you know, the combos and stuff like that I'll be doing. But the reason why I think this is going to be a top tier build that people are gonna or should be using, especially when doing higher level grandmasters, is because while it doesn't do as much damage as the King Cobra, it sets up for a more, like, one, you're able to kill your targets that you're trying to kill. Mobs, you know, obviously you don't want to get up front close and personal with the big boys, but, you know, when it comes to mobs and stuff like that, you want to keep things clear for your team. But even people with shields, this is a great build, because if you guys did not know, lightning or electric damage has a 50% bonus to shielded targets. So the faster you take off shields, the more your Warlock or your Colossus can prime them, detonate combos, and, you know, you can just keep going back and forth. The more people that die around you, the more health you get, and it ultimately becomes a very, very survivable build, as well as providing a lot of help towards your teammates and things like that. So that's one thing, as well as it is kind of a melee build when it gets down to the nitty gritty. You know, you spend a lot of time in close quarters making a lot of big attacks when it comes to, you know, because you don't want to, you know, keep doing those abilities on the same person, so you kind of just end up working in those melees. And so because there's going to be a melee build buff in the March 12th patch, this is going to be a very, very big build, I think, when they make the GM2s and GM3s a little bit more profitable. Right now, you're probably going to see me doing GM1s with this build, just because of the fact that GM2s haven't seen a lot of luck for me. I end up spending more time in a GM2 and then not getting the best rewards, you know, getting like purples and blues and greens and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't want those types of things, so I end up playing GM1s quite a bit. But, you know, I still end up getting the stuff I need done, and that's what is important to me right now. When they make it more lucrative for you to play different things, then I will. But for right now, I'm GM1 grinding. GM2 free play is pretty fun, you know, but aside from that, that's what we're doing. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay that's coming after this, so you guys can see the full example of the build. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys leave a like down below, as well as clicking that sub button and that bell to be notified on every single one of my uploads. And with all that being said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.